the suspension. You driving on the highway and all the wheels fly off. Now you dead in the mother. Because you wanted to have it your way, not his way. Go ahead.
Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes and chose that in which I delighted not. Hear the word of the Lord, ye that tremble at his word.
And one of the things that the Lord doesn't delight in is you being into yourself. The Lord is a jealous power. He wants you to be into him. He wants you to follow his ways, not your ways. So as you taking care of your own self, the Lord is getting mad at you. The Lord is jealous. He's looking at you like you look at a woman like you look at your woman when she looks at another man. For example, you sitting there with your old lady, y'all watching the football game, and she looking on TV like, man, Lawrence Taylor showed her look good. How would you look at your woman? You would be like, what the hell is wrong with you? That's how the Lord looks at you. When you constantly going after your own lust, he wants you to be into him.
It says, your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sakes, said, let the Lord be glorified. But he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed.
That's right. This, like I was saying earlier, this thing that we're doing is for the elect. Period, point blank. A nigga that ain't got it, it's just that. A nigga that ain't got it, I'm not gonna do too much with him. I'm gonna let him fall by the wayside. I'm not gonna go out of my wits trying to cast my beautiful pearls before swine. I'm not gonna do it. When I'm dealing with these people out in the world, I'm real circumspect as to what I'm saying to them and how I'm acting with them. Like I talked about before, somebody asked me why I don't eat pork. I say, well, you know that stuff is really unhealthy, terrible for your body. Why you don't be getting lineups? Man, you ever seen a nigga with all them bumps? Man, I am not trying to be like that. I lined myself up one time, I had so many bumps, it was all down on my chest. People like, damn, no, you don't need to get alone.
Yes, man. Somebody asked me why I don't eat pork. I'm like, man, I'm just allergic to it. Really.
That's what I was
Shellfish. Hey, I'm allergic to it. You know, which I really am allergic to. You know?
That's right. But what I don't say is I can't eat it. Because technically I can eat it. But I say I won't eat it. I will not eat it. I will not go against the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. It ain't some thing like I'm on punishment and I can't eat shrimp. No, I do not want to do it. Period, point blank. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So people say, I can't do it because this, that, and the other. No, it ain't like that. I will not do it. For the sake of my salvation, I will not eat that stuff. That's how I feel inside. But I can't just relay that out in the world because these people look at you crazy. You might, if you're gonna be that way, you might as well come to work with your garment on every day.
Right.
Every single day, come to work with you stand at the vending machine with whole quarters trying to get chips out of the vending machine. You might as well be like that 24/7.
But get used to not being very popular. You're not going to gain any clout by doing it at all.
That's right.
Matter of fact, people are going to deem you as crazy.
Yep.
That's right.
And then you're going to start getting treated like crazy. Then you're going to start acting crazy. A lot of these scoffers out here, they were asking people who used to watch multiple camps. And bouncing from camp to camp to camp to camp.
That's right.
They didn't have enough discipline to make a choice. Now look at them crazy as hell.
When the scriptures talk about us being an ambassador, you have to understand what an ambassador is. If you look, if you go to, I don't know, pick a country, Turkey, there's a U.S. embassy there. There's a Chinese embassy there. But the Chinese embassy, they're not all around town trying to convince people to be Chinese, putting up Chinese stores on every block. They're not doing that. They just live in their Chinese way within their own little system. They go home and then they go to the embassy. They don't run around town throwing themselves around everybody. You ain't Chinese throwing ninja stars at you or something. It's not like that. That's how we are. We're great ambassadors. You're gonna know I'm an ambassador
Carry yourself.
Exactly. By the light that shines in me. I may not be wearing my garment 24/7, but when you talk to me, you'll be able to understand. Well, I know one thing. He's not like these other niggas out here. There's something different about him. Now it's on that person. The onus is on that person to figure out what I'm into.
That's right.
They have to climb the ladder. They have to climb the rope to get to where I'm at. I don't take them and try to throw them up there. That's on them. So the more they try to talk to me, obviously the more you're gonna get. Right? That's what's happened to everybody up here. Albeit through videos or through talking to the next man. A brother was able to get that spirit. You had a precept?
I did.
I didn't mess with it.
Very quickly, I'd like to point this out. In 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, is talking about what love is. I'm going to the fourth verse to prove what the brother's talking about.
Okay.
It's 1 Corinthians 13:4. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It is not puffed up.
What is charity? That's love. That's love. And if you're utilizing that love in the right way, what is love? Keeping the commandments. If you're utilizing it in the right way, then all things will work together for unison for the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That's right. And that word vaunted, it really means it goes into basically boasting in yourself, man. That's not what charity is. And that's not what the truth is about.
That's right.
That's right. No, that's all.
This is 2 Corinthians 5:19, or Salaki, 5:20. Now then, we are ambassadors for Hamashiach, as though the Most High did beseech you by us.
So if you're an ambassador for Yahushua, how do you live your life? What do you do? Does this mean now that I'm an ambassador for Yahushua, I put on the Conan armbands, I got a leather jacket with the border blue and fringes on it, I got the Terminator shades on? Is that what it's all about? Of course not. You're making mockery of the thing that we have. You are on the bottom. You're in prison. So it's like being in prison, trying to be the coolest group in prison. No, you're in prison. Do your time. Do your time in peace so nobody mess with you and you'll be cool.
That's right.
That's how we live in our life. When it's time for us to talk, then we talk. That's how a wise man lives his life. But you walking around with the leather jacket with the border blue and fringes, and it says Yahweh Bashem Yahushua on the back of the leather jacket, then man, your life is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna be putting yourself through more hell than what you need to. The Lord don't need you to advertise him on a billboard like Esau needs that. The Lord don't deal like that. Esau needs to put a Chevrolet truck on the wall to keep your mind in tune to what he wants you to do. The Lord is more spiritual than that. The Lord don't need no advertisement. The Lord don't need no billboard to remind that he's there. All that stuff is crazy. The Lord deals with the subtleties of a man. And he don't want everybody. So he's not going to have it all over there. He chose to hide his name from people. Some people think his name is God. But if you know the truth, if a man says, well, I worship God, all you do is ask him, well, what God is it you talking about? And they got that dumbass look on their face. Because there's a million gods out there. There's the God of the trash, the God of the grass, the God of concrete, God of air. There's all kinds of God of the dogs, God of everything, plastic.
Basketball guys.
You gotta tell me what you're talking about. But we were given that the name of the one true power. So that's a beautiful thing that we have. We gotta hold to that. But once again, we don't have to advertise that. We don't have to write Yahweh and why Yahweh Shai on all our clothes. We don't have to do that.
If I can say this too, the scriptures talk about it, and chiefly it starts with our apostles. They talk about the prophets being not known but well known, man. So the Most High, you know, like it says in the prophecy in Psalms, the 19th chapter, he's allowed this word to go out through the four corners of the earth, you know, but it's only going to fall on the people who were set up from the foundation to get it and take hold to it, to preach and seal up the elect men, you know. So it ain't about trying to glorify yourself, man, and give vain glory of the world, man, you know.
The Lord made the sun. He don't need you to write his name on your shirt for him to feel good. He needs you to follow his law, statutes, and commandments. In truth, in the deep corners of your heart, it needs to be filled with his spirit. He don't need it on your shirt. He don't need that. Go ahead with your piece.
So this is Philippians chapter 2, verse 5, and I'll read from verse 7. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua, who, being in the form of Yahweh, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahweh, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men.
That's right. So Yahushua himself, how was he acting when he was on earth? He was humble. He was dealing with the humble people. He was around the low people. But you got these niggas out here in these groups, they floating around like they on some kind of cloud or something. So the people that are out outside of the truth, without the understanding, seeking for that glorious elect, seeking for that glorious information, it's true. They're looking at them like, well, damn, I ain't tall enough to be in that camp. Well, damn, look like if you ain't from New York, you can't be in that camp. So I'm out, unless I move up there, right? Or you ain't got no bachelor's degree. You ain't, no, sorry. You ain't got no, you ain't got a master's degree. You can't be in IUIC. Sorry.
If I can say this, man, them niggas basically doing damn end zone celebrations before, you know, we hit the goal line, man. Them niggas acting like we already in the kingdom, like we already been saved out of all this madness that's to come.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. Yeah.
That's a very arrogant spirit to have. I got one to back it up for you, brother. This is Philippians chapter 3, verse 12. Not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect, but I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Start over.
Philippians 3 and 12. Not as though I had already attained, either were already perfect.
If you already attained salvation, then I would expect you to live a certain way. If you had that golden ticket from the Most High that said, when the Lord comes back, you will be saved, and you had that to show, then I would expect you to see that type of lifestyle. But if you don't have that, then there's a certain way to be. If you did make the team, or you don't know if you're going to make the team, then what should you be doing? Running them sprints hard as hell. Running them sprints hard as hell. Every play that the coach is calling in practice, you doing it as hard as you can. You damn near feel like you about to pass out, but you still pushing forward. So a nigga that already made the team, man, he gonna be in practice throwing the ball out of bounds behind his back. It's all good. Shooting 3-pointers, he don't need to be shooting. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just seeing what I got tonight, you know? But somebody that hasn't made the team, they ain't gonna be doing that. They not gonna be getting their Steph Curry on, right? Everything is how the coach said to do it. Why? So he can make the team. So the coach will look at him and say, yeah, I can depend on this guy. These niggas, ISUBK and them niggas, they act like they go to the chariot every other night. They be up in the chariot, hanging out, drinking and all that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 13, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
That's what we're doing. Reaching forth. Say that, so I can read that one more time.
Okay.
Do I say it right?
Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
And reaching for those things which are before. That's what we're doing. We got the what did I say earlier? The orders, the military orders. Now we just gotta roll with it. Everything is in place. You didn't have to build the tank. You don't have to build the airplanes. All you gotta do is follow your set little bit of orders. What I have is what I have. What he has is what he has. All we got to do is what's on that paper. I don't have to keep looking at his paper trying to, remember this? No, I don't do that. I got to look at my paper. Make sure my stuff is in order. Not worrying about what he's doing. It's my job to keep him in the spirit. And it's his to keep me in the spirit. But I got to do what I have to do as per him.
I press toward the mark for the price of the high calling of the Most High in Yahushua.
Pressing towards the mark, like I was talking about practice. Every play, you pressing towards the mark. You hit hard as hell in two-a-days. You ain't supposed to be tackling nobody. They gotta tell you, man, chill out, man. I see you, chill out. Go ahead, you say something?
Now, because I was remembering, I'm a Cowboys fan or whatever. I remember back in I think 92, 93, that Super Bowl with Leon Lett. My pops had money on that game. This nigga basically, he got like a fumble recovery or something, and he had it the other way, you know. It should be for any other person a for sure touchdown. This motherfucker started celebrating and dancing and got his ass chopped up, and the dude came and spun the ball like right at the 1 yard line. So basically, that I'm just using that as an analogy or whatever. You know, guys that's out celebrating, boasting in yourselves, man, the Most High gonna do you like that in the spirit, man. Just when you think everything gonna play out the way you thought it was, man, that's when you're gonna be in dire straits, man.
That's right.
You gotta be humble, man.
You gotta be careful.
You gotta constantly examine yourself, man. Because we ain't hit the mark yet. We ain't hit the finish line yet, man.
That's right.
The descriptions say in Revelations, the 2nd chapter, he that endured to the end shall be saved, man.
That's right.
And we ain't really even came into the beginning of sorrows yet, man. Shit's starting to happen in certain stages, but it ain't really just to where it's affecting our everyday point of life. It's relatively easy, so to speak. So that, you know, through the spirit should make brothers go harder in our respective lanes to do all that we can do. And every brother has a different spirit and things that the Most High gives them, but you know what you can do, man.
That's right.
So to the best of your ability, man, just go to work, man.
That's right. That, you know, that reminds me of First Corinthians 12 chapter. 1 Corinthians 12 chapter. He's talking about that, man. He's talking about different administration, man. Yeah, different brothers that's going to do different things, and it's true, man. But all of us is working for us, all of us collectively going to we're actually getting saved, man. Salvation, right? But all of it is for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Now you can't look up to this man and say, oh, this man's doing this, so he's better than me. No, well, you have your own situation that you have to work on, man. And you can't look at it conversely. You know, a brother that's an officer, he can't look at somebody that's lower than him and look down upon him, man. Because that pinky is necessary, or that eye is necessary, man. Alluding to a body, right? Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 4?
Start from the top.
1 Corinthians 12 and 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that you were Gentiles.
You know what? You're right. Start at 4.
Kind of, yeah.
There are, yeah.
I'm just gonna try to get to your point.
No, don't worry.
1 Corinthians 12 and 4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit.
Right.
And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord.
That's right, man. So there's different officers, right? You might have a brother that's responsible for, let's say, getting water for the camp. You have a brother that's responsible, that's been in the thing a little bit longer, that's responsible for what? Bringing out deeper precepts, right? Both of them work for Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, especially out here on the highways and byways.
That's right.
And each person or each administration can look at another administration and say, oh, well, you're nothing, or conversely, he's better than me, right? Go ahead.
It says, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all.
There's more to that.
If I could say something about that right there. Let's say you have a plane with a hydraulic system in it, right? And you trying to move some levers, but the hydraulic system is broke. Everything else is working, but the hydraulic system is broke. That's the same as being up here, and you got a brother that ain't contributed his part. there's a certain function that ain't working. We got to figure out what it is. What's not working? There was at one point in time, the plane was flying at Mach speed, breaking all these records, the best plane in the whole galaxy. But now you can't even get it off the ground because the hydraulic system ain't working. 'Cause you may have a brother or brothers that's something going on with it, and they're not applying their gift. A mother may be like, well, you know what, I'm gonna play the back. I don't talk too much. Y'all got it. Well, now the plane may not work because of how your actions are. You want to say something?
Oh no, I was just saying the battery's about to.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna say something real quick. That's a brother made a beautiful point about the body, even to the least member being as equally important, man. Like an example, like your small toe, your pinky toe. Imagine going without your pinky toe, man. Your whole balance and the way you walk is gonna be completely off, man. Something that small is that pivotal. But it's even more magnified through the spirit, man, within the body. Every brother is an important piece to the Most High's overall mission, man. You know?
Every part of your body has to run sufficiently, man. If you have one aspect of your body that's good at doing one thing, and one part of your body isn't, that causes deformity, man. Like say for instance, you work on this leg a little bit too much in this leg, right? Well, if you're running a lot, which I've experienced, you end up hurting this knee because this leg is not as strong as this leg, man. So what do you have to do? You have to build up the weaker vessel, right? Everything is for the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but all of it has to be in unison, man.
That's right. You see, if you watch basketball, you see the Clippers. You got DeAndre Jordan. Everybody loves to watch him dunk. Jake, high flying, hardest dunks in the league, right? Everybody loves him. When you watch the Clippers, everybody wants to watch him, right? Now, what if he tried to play the point guard position? He would look crazy as hell. You got Chris Paul trying to play the post. That's not how it's supposed to work. Exactly. It will be turnover city instead of lob city. So you got to play your position. If you're the postman and you're looking good, well, hey, be happy for the postman that's looking good. But play your part. Just do what you're supposed to do. And when the rings come in, you'll get yours like everybody else.
That's right.
And if you steady envying the next man, well, if you once again look at DeAndre Jordan, he got himself up to a high stature. Now he's doing commercials with a dress on. Looking crazy as hell. But you got the guy that's third string, just playing, doing his thing. He cool. Like I said, when the ring come in, he got his ring, he got his money, he's straight. He opened up a restaurant. he got a couple car washes around the city, but he damn sure didn't have to wear no dress. Just play your part. That's the best part of the whole thing. All you gotta do is what's on your form.
Exactly.
You don't have to do what's on. I gotta do mine, out of cars. I gotta sometimes go and check on Brother Daniel, see, or I gotta do something for him too. All I gotta do is what's listed for me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna jump down for the brother. This is 1 Corinthians 12. 1 Corinthians 12 and 14. For the body is not one member, but many.
That's right. So the body is not one member, but many. What's that going into? It's saying that the body is not one aspect. It has many.